there are lots of ways to help ourselves when we're going through turbulent times, emotional times. And I'm a little bit reluctant to even say that there are lots of ways to help us, because what we tend to want to do with that is find all those ways to not feel what we're going through, to try and be in resistance to what we're going through. And that is what can make it even more turbulent, when we're in resistance to what's happening. So we're trying to use so many different techniques or tools or whatever to not feel those feelings that we're going through. And then we're dealing with having the feelings, fighting the feelings, trying to get rid of the feelings, thinking about how to get rid of the feelings. And can you feel that now? Can you feel how I feel that in my body just saying it? So, but if we're able to sort of keep in mind that actually a big part of this is letting these old feelings from the past come to the surface, and that in itself is the healing process. And at the same time know that we can bring in some ways to be gentle with ourselves through that. How do we help the one in us that's really, really frightened of feeling those feelings, or is really frightened in general? How do we help? Almost like we can imagine those feelings as being very, very young, because they normally are. And it's like we're with the younger one. How do we help her through that? We can just shut the door on her and say, go away. Or just get over it, or just, why are you here? Or we can open that door and try and be really, really gentle with her. And so, this could turn into a really long video because there's so much I can share here, but I just want to start with a more kind of simple, just kind of bringing it back to the kind of sort of mindfulness way of being with intense emotions or intense thoughts. So what can happen is we can get either really, really lost in the emotion of it, so we think we just are the emotion and we're just at sea, completely lost in it, or we can get really, really lost in the thoughts, or both. So we just think the mind is just, everything it's saying is absolutely true, that it will kill us, that we're going to die, that it will last forever, that we're going insane. Fill in the gaps. This goes on and on and on. And of course, just again, hearing those words, how does that make you feel? It's like, whew, scary. You don't want to feel the feelings, or it doesn't feel safe. So one piece of this that would really, really help me was something I never realised, was that I didn't have to, I did have some control over my mind, because I didn't think I did. I thought thoughts just naturally come and they're there. And then to an extent there is that, thought will just appear. But we don't have to feed the thought. So let's say I have a thought saying, I don't know, this feeling's getting so bad, it's never going to end. Or, I don't know, it can be any kind of thought that just feels awful. You've got cancer, like whatever it is, any thought like that. And then we carry on feeding it. Oh yeah. And then we see images and it just goes on. And then this happens and then that happens. We can notice. So it's like, oh, I'm doing the thing. That thing's happening. Thank you, mind. I like to it's really important for me to bring kindness into everything. It's so huge. With so many of us, we can be really violent in the way we are in approaching ourselves and our feelings and our mind. So, we might want to start with thanking the mind for trying really hard to protect us and is really scared. But then we don't have to add any more thoughts to it. So it's like, okay, the thoughts come, I'm like, So this is quite a radical thing. Like, okay, So I can just carry on feeding this and go on and on and on with it, or I can just pull out. And I know for myself, what I might do is actually take my awareness and redirect it somewhere. So like the moment is the safest place. Nothing is happening in the moment. What I notice is breath. Breathing happening. Some sounds around me. Sensations in the body. And that's such relief. I know at first it might be like, but that's not the point. Let's get to the thing. You know, the mind wants to try and fix it or get away from it. But actually that's so profound to keep practicing. Okay, can I just come back to now? This moment right now. What's actually happening in this moment right now? How do my fingers feel? How's my face feeling? Noticing my breath. What I'm looking at, colours, sounds. Maybe even the space in between sounds. And then the mind may start again, of course, you know, we're not trying to shut it up forever. Just that's what it does. And then we can gently come back again to what's happening right now in the moment. We can also take it a bit further and maybe just notice in our body if there's any parts that feel maybe quiet or spacious or neutral even. Especially when there's strong feelings, we can look for opposites or just a more neutral feeling. So we can really get curious about now, you know, and then the mind's going off, yeah, but, blah, 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 blah. And sometimes the thought is, yes, but this is going to kill me, and this is going to get worse, and I'm not going to survive it. And that's when it's really great to just sort of notice, okay, can I handle this moment right now? Yes, I'm handling it, it's happening. Or even go to the breath, can I handle this breath? Yeah, I must be, because I'm here, I haven't exploded, still alive, hair's not on fire. And what about this moment? Can I handle that? Can I say yes to just this moment? Or this one breath? Can I say yes to that? So you're really stripping it back to breath. You can just bring it back to that, just the breath itself. No, for me, when it's been really, really strong, when feelings are really, really immense, and my mind, excuse me, is really busy, I will come back to my breath. And just literally being with that, noticing that each breath and sounds, and just, okay, this breath and this breath. and this breath. And sometimes that's what I need to do, just be there whilst everything, these sensations in the body are moving around me and they feel intense, wherever it's physical sensations, emotional sensations. And I'm kind of doing SOS for just helping myself get through that and coming back to my breath, the moment, over and over. And the more I'm able to do that, the more I'm kind of helping my body know that it's safe and my mind know that it's safe. Kind of helping those big emotions move through me perhaps easier. And I do notice that those moments sort of become less and less as I'm able to do that. So I hope this helps you. Okay, bye.